Hi everyone and good morning from Utah. Today we're in the Salt Lake City area at the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. Never been here, always excited to check things out for the first time. In this video we're going to show you all the animals and exhibits the aquarium has to offer. Took a look at the map, it does look pretty interesting. I go by the legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend Molly. And let's go see some sea creatures. And we have made it inside the aquarium, and I am wowed by this atrium they have. Lots of different portals to get into the different exhibits that are all themed. Look at this giant ship. This is pretty awesome. Heading on into the Ocean Explorer, and look at that. You can do yoga with sharks.
Definitely never seen that before.
There is a touch pool. Fun enclosure here for the archer fish as well as the four-eyed fish. Archer fish, they got a kind of a unique shape to them. They actually spit out of the water to knock down prey. The four-eyed fish I'm not very familiar with, but they're really neat.
Look at these fish.
A very cool enclosure here for the clownfish. Kind of mesmerizing. Another very pretty enclosure for a variety of fish. Some of them are very colorful. Here you can see some seahorses. I think those ones that are in the bowl might be eating. One swimming around. I'm gonna have to use these super zoom to the fullest. These are dwarf seahorses. They are maybe 1 inch. They are very, very tiny. One final species of seahorse, and these are the giant Pacific seahorse, considerably larger than the other ones. There is a kelp forest enclosure, some really cool species of fish in here. I like this guy over here. That is a wolf eel, and they are awesome. And there's also a pop-up, so there's Molly.
And here is a look inside the bubble. I really like this guy. I don't think I can see him from the top. He's just laying on the bottom right now. So always explore everything in their aquarium.
There's a dark cave section to this area, and you can see the dwarf cuttlefish. They are neat. I know this is very, very dark. Those are flashlight fish. So all you're going to see is their flashlights turning on and off. It took me a minute to find it, but over there is a giant Pacific octopus.
They like tight corners.
Yeah, and hiding in small spaces. This one really blends in with its rocks too. There are 30 different species of fish in this enclosure. There's another touch tank. This one is for stingrays. The star of the show in this enclosure is definitely this big giant lobster. Look at that.
Very good. It's nice to be small. You can have lots of different places that you can squeeze in and hide. You can navigate the ship.
You can't have an aquarium without lionfish. There's another really cool fish down there, hiding.
He's not on the sign.
Update, a very friendly staff member has let us know that that is an oyster toadfish
He just moved into this
habitat. And I think he found a spot. This might be the most bizarrely named fish I have ever seen. My friends, I give you the sexy cancer shrimp.
He's tiny.
Yeah, they are very, very small.
But excellent name.
Yeah, that is a... And there they are.
Hot dog, I love that. Means you're a healthy stingray. They have what's called a mucus membrane over
These are upside down jellyfish.
or if there's different germs, it's hard for them to hold on to that slippery surface.
This should be fun. And here is the shark tunnel. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a ray. Pretty good size aquarium for the sharks. There are some very large windows to view the shark area from a non-tunnel. We found the sea turtle. There is some signage where unfortunately he has some buoyancy issues, so he does get stuck places, and he's going right over us. So I like this right by the big flat windows to view the sharks. There's just some kind of like stadium seating, so you can hang out and relax and enjoy the view. Molly, how do you feel about journeying to South America?
Let's do it.
Was not expecting this. The South America section is massive. Really interesting fish there. I believe that's a discus fish. Bunch of fish in this one, including a spotted stingray there. Took me a minute to find it, but in the bottom left is an aquatic Sicilian.
He is hidden really well amongst the rocks.
Yeah, kind of an eel type animal. And you can see the enclosure there. They have like these system of caves on the left for them to hang out in. Mata-matas are some of the coolest turtle species out there. Very interesting faces on them.
If you didn't know what he looked like, you would have no idea.
And another enclosure down here. I'm guessing this area probably had birds at one point, but I'm not seeing any birds. Big species of piranha here. These are the black spot piranha. In the back of the enclosure, you can see the electric eel.
He's slowly moving.
Yeah, which is kind of neat. A lot of times you'll just see these guys kind of being docile in their enclosure. And I also like that they have the electric eel meter up here. Green is resting, yellow hunting, and red is stunning prey. Pretty neat.
He is moving.
Yeah. This one is a lot of fun. There's a dwarf caiman posing, and then a couple different species of turtle down there. This one definitely gives me the heebie-jeebies. This is the salmon pink bird-eating tarantula.
He is giant. He's as big as my hand.
Well, he's gotta be. He eats birds.
Really small birds.
This enclosure is for the largest species of fish that are native to South America. Some really cool stuff in here. Look at the size of the arapaima.
He's giant.
Yeah, they have to be about maybe 4 feet long. You got the big pacus as well. One of the arapaias are now up moving around. And that is a very large fish. And the pacu really wanted to be on the video. One last shot as it's swimming right towards us.
I feel like that one's smaller than the other one, but it's still like 3.5 feet at least.
Yeah, I can't even get in the frame. Making our way upstairs to some species of birds. These are blue-billed coruscants. All right, there should be sloths in here somewhere. The first animal that stood out to me is the toucan. I like the one in the back that's hanging out on a ladder. Better view of that one. It's a really cool bird. Not where I expected to see the sloth. Normally they hang out pretty high up in the trees. This one is taking a snooze in the log. It is a bit of Where's Waldo with this enclosure. There is an iguana on the rock. You also get the above water view of the Giants of South America tank. And there's our pal swimming around. Another look at the big South America area, and there's a cargo net. Oh, there's some movement to this, and you're kind of high up. That is an Amazon milk frog. Pretty good size enclosure here for the poison dart frogs. All different colors of them as well. We've got to head inside this giant ship for something I think I'm going to like, because it looks like penguins are up next. But before the penguins, there's an area for jellyfish. Quite possibly the prettiest species of jellyfish is the Pacific sea nettle. These are bay nettles, and their tails, for lack of a better term, are so long that they are entangled with each other. I also really like the very tranquil jellyfish music in here. Makes this a very relaxing section of the aquarium. And here we go, my personal favorite animal, the penguin. First thing you see is the underwater viewing area for him. Unfortunately, nobody's really swimming deep at this moment. But they are swimming on over. Here they come.
Turn it back around.
Turn it back around. There goes one swimming under the water. Before we get to more penguin viewing, there is an area done up as sort of a research station. And look over there is a giant isopod. These guys are about roughly a foot long. This species of shrimp is the Pacific spotted shrimp. They're pretty big shrimps. Making our way upstairs for more viewing of the penguins, and the theming level is awesome. They do have displays with all of the penguins' names.
I wish it would tell you what the armbands are.
Yeah, so you can try to find them.
No.
And I guess if you donate enough money, you get to name your own penguin. Rico, one of the penguins of Madagascar, is indeed named Rico.
And Loki. Not penguins of Madagascar.
No. Gossamer, that's a pretty fun penguin name. And here's a better view of their penguin colony. These are Gentoo penguins. And I really like the viewing area because if you bend down, you can see them under the water. I love penguins. The penguins do have little armbands on, and then I'll tell them their names.
We just had Pebbles.
Yeah, that is Coco.
Coco!
We are visiting Utah for our first ever time, so let's go see what kind of animals are native to here. Theming level in this section of the aquarium is top notch. Here you can see a gopher snake. Here are some frogs and toads in this one.
Frogs. That hole.
a couple different species of native fish. Here you can see the desert tortoise, and look at the pose on this one. This enclosure is all about some of the game fish here in Utah. Lots of movement in this tank, it's almost mesmerizing. And these are all endangered species of fish that are native to Utah.
They only live in the Colorado River.
And it's feeding time.
It's the only place that these guys live.
Feeding frenzy. Always a treat to see the North American river otters swimming around. Oh, it's coming right over to us. Really like the otter enclosure that they have. Lots of swimming room, lots of running room, and the otters have access to an outdoor section as well. And indoor-outdoor is really neat. That's not something you see at a lot of aquariums. There's a waterfall into the rainbow trout enclosure. These are boreal toads. Not a species I'm overly familiar with. I like these two, just kind of like sitting on top of his buddy here. Whole bunch of fish in this one. Here you have salamanders. These are barred tiger salamanders. They have brine shrimps, which I believe are, do you ever purchase sea monkeys? I think that's what sea monkeys are. Time to head on an expedition to Asia, sponsored by everyone's favorite Asian car company, Ford.
Yep.
Yep. The first animal we got to see is this black-crested leaf turtle. It took me a minute to find the Asian vine snake because, well, it blends in.
You a minute, I found it.
It took Molly a minute. There's a better view. Such vibrant colors on this species. Walking over towards us is a Komodo dragon. Definitely on the smaller side for a Komodo dragon. These guys can get very, very large. There's an Asian small-clawed otter. They just had a bunch of food all over the enclosure for him. And you could see his adorableness eating it. Trying to find all the food. The Asian small-clawed otter are my favorite species of otter. They are so cute. They speak in little squeaks. And this one's eating shrimps.
With his little hands.
I think he's going to try and find the ones in the water next. And yay!
Down he goes.
Oh, look at the cuteness. These are all fish native to the Mekong River in Asia. This enclosure is for all Asian birds. In the back of the enclosure, that is a clouded leopard. Kind of in a fun pose. Fish tend to all kind of swim together. The Burmese mountain tortoise different species of fish, but the star of the show is actually that down there. That's a giant clam. Suspended from the rafters by the bathroom is Bruce the shark from Finding Nemo. Man, if you're coming to the aquarium with kids, this playground will be awesome.
Oh yeah, my niece says it would be their favorite part.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on over here. There's a big area for a 4D movie theater, but then I don't think it's open.
It says every day at 10:30 and 2:30.
There's like story time, but that's not a 4D movie.
Oh yeah, that is story time.
And of course, there has to be a gift shop. Do you like the giant Pacific octopus shot glass? Let's see what else we got. Oh, sloth t-shirts, that's fun. Oh, penguin stuff? Big fan. These penguin water bottles.
I also like the jellyfish, like snow globe type thing. They're not snow globes, but...
Outside the aquarium, they have this giant structure, and it's really wild looking. I guess this is private event space. Looks like they're setting up for a concert this evening. There's also a playground out here. It's a big playground in the outside section. I like the hermit crabs photo up. Outside, there is a VR experience that is included with admission. Unfortunately, it is not running today. More playground stuff. You got kind of a zip line here for ages 5 to 12.
Sorry.
I know, that would have been fun. Pretty awesome here. They are building a giant expansion in a massive second building. And here you could see the details of what's going to be in that massive expansion. Cloud forest habitat and science learning center, as well as some outdoor exhibits. And that cloud forest area is going to be awesome. It's going to be 5 stories. More concept art here. Giant slides, otters, binturongs. And that'll do it for our time here at the aquarium. I had a fun time.
Yeah, it was very well done.
Indeed. $28 for adults to get in, so not too bad on the pricing. And I really liked it. I thought how they did it was cool with the big atrium, and that leads to all those different areas. I thought the South America section was really cool. I think my favorite animal was the Asian small-clawed otter.
Yeah, he was really good at finding all the food.
Yeah, that was awesome. But any day you get to see penguins, that is indeed a good day. If you got any questions about the aquarium, let me know in the comment section below, and thank you very much for watching.